שיעור לרפואה שלמה של האישה מרים בת תמר, אל נא רפאנה לה, אל נא רפאנה לה, אל נא רפאנה לה. זכות התורה תעמוד באדם, וכן יהי רצון ונאמר אמן. שיעור לקיושל is לעילוי נשמת האיש הכשר והישר שנפטר בשם טוב לעולם מולו, אהרון בן מרים, מרדכי בן אישה, מרדכי חיים בן פרידה, רוח השם תחם בגן עדן, תהיה נשמתם צורה בצור החיים. You know, we're talking about Emunah and Bitachon. Today we're going to give a few tools. Today's shiur is the gate of trust. Monday night, the duty of the heart, Sha'ar Bitachon, the gate of trust. And today we're going to give maybe two tools. What exactly a person has to do in order to have Emunah and Bitachon. The first tool, and this is maybe the basis. The basic of Emunah and Bitachon is, the basic of Emunah and Bitachon, is just to understand how severe is Daga. You know what's Daga? Worry. You know, they have a song in English that said, don't worry, be happy. Right? Don't worry, Al Tidag. Worries is one of the worst things that a person can have. And today we're going to try to deal how a person can avoid being worried on his life. Yeah, like I said, nature reaction. So how exactly you can stop yourself from worry from something that either happened or either will happen? You're afraid from something. Capture your mind for a few days, few months. What exactly a person has to do in order to control worries? Listen to this. The heart of a human being maneuver in his own body 7 tons, meaning 7,200 liters on a daily basis. You know how much blood is moving into your body? 7 tons blood. The machine, one of the greatest systems in the body is the system of blood. If you're going to see the way that the blood is running in, you know what's meant to move is how do you call it? 5 liters every minute. 5 liters every minute of blood is moving in the circle of the body. Listen to that. What are systems? And it's working beautiful and perfect. You know how much you can pick up with 5 liters every minute? You can pick up to 7 floors, 2 tons, meaning 4 cars. If you're going to put 4 cars, you can lift it 7 floors with pushing of 5 liters to a minute. What a heart we have. What the systems of the body. Unreal. And as much that the heart is strong, and the heart is very strong, when a person have worry, the heart collapsed. That heart that can maneuver, that can move 7,500 liters a day, a little worry can make him collapse. Heart attack usually come with dagot. Dagot meaning when a person is worried too much. So how exactly a person can overview worry that you already have? What exactly you have to do? To overview worry, what exactly a person has to do? Listen to what the Pele Yoetz write. A beautiful systems. It's taken a lifetimes to apply that to our life, but it's such a smart and intelligent advice. מה יועיל בדאגה? שאם הדבר כבר עבר, מה יועיל בדאגה? האם יוכל להשיבו? ולא די לו רעת הרעה שירה לו, אלא יוסיף רעת הדאגה וכיצא יחיה. מה יעשה? יסירנו מדעתו. רבותיי, the Pele Yoetz write, if you had incident in your life, even though that the incident was so bad and affect you so well, affect you. A person lose money, something happened in your life. Tell me, it's going to help you to think about it? It's going to help you to be worried? Not enough what exactly happened to you, you're adding suffering for no reason. To worry over something that happened is no logic. It already happened. To worry from something that will happen, it's no logic. It didn't happen yet. You know, in Shabbat, I told him that, that in the old time, before we had this, chut medida, before we had measurement, how did people used to measure? With the hand, tefach, right? Until today, you can see in mezuzah. Where do you put the mezuzah? So if you have no measurement, you have to put it b'shlish ha'elyon. You have to divide the door for 3, and if you have no measurement, how do you know how much is shlish? You take in your hand, and you're checking with your hand. You're checking. Tell me, when I measure something, listen to this, up. Now, this is tefach, right? What I already passed is not in my hand, right? It's not in my hand. What I'm gonna pass is not in my hand yet. How much I have? Only 1 tefach. The tefach before is not belong to me anymore. The tefach head is not mine yet. So how much I'm holding? Only 1 tefach. This is what life is all about. The things that already happened to you happen. Why do you have to worry? The thing that will happen never happened yet. Why do you have to worry? All what you have is this moment. Enjoy the moment. You know how difficult is that? He was one of Gedolei Israel. Mr. Shafir was one of Gedolei Israel. He lost all his money. Somebody called him, go and listen to this. Somebody called him and he told him that he invests a lot of money in merchandise that came all the way from China. On the way to the state, the boat sank down to the water, and all the merchandise is in the water. He put all his money. This rabbi put all his money. When he got the message, he stood up. He was walking in the room for 5 minutes. He sat down. He opened the Gemara. Continue to study with smiling. After 1 hour, his wife asked him, "My dear husband, what exactly happened to you?" He said, "You don't understand. You and me became poor 1 hour ago. We lost all our money. All our money. They just called me to let me know that we lost all the merchandise that was supposed to come from China, fell down to water, and that's it, we lost it." So she said, "Yes, but why do you wake up and then I saw you worry and you sit down and you continue like nothing happened?" He said, "My dear wife, a normal person that lost all his money is going to take him maybe a few months or maybe years to recover. Depression, pills, psychology, anything that." He said, "What is taking a normal person, it took me 5 minutes. I was worried for 5 minutes. I was mitztaer. And then I was thinking, it's going to help me to worry? The money is going to come back. What exactly is going to? Let's go and study." That's it. In 5 minutes I made what a normal. You hear that? מה יעזור לו לאדם? לא, אבל הוא שילם על זה. כל הכסף שלו היה בפנים. הרווח לא היה שלו, אבל המרצ'נדייז שלו. He paid for everything and lost all his money. כותב הפלא יועץ, מה יעזור לו לאדם? What exactly is going to help you to worry? If there's anything that can lead a human being to have a heart attack, is worries. A person is worries. He's taking things to his heart. Whatever gone. Whatever didn't happen yet, it didn't happen yet. So why you worry? You remember once we came into the class and we gave you the method how to be happy. You remember from this Chinese guy? This Chinese guy made a method. And I love this method. I'm sorry to repeat myself, but it's so important. He made a method, and the method was this way. Do you have a problem in life? You remember that question? Do you have a problem in life? Listen to the questions. I will ask you questions, and listen in exactly 1 minute. How can I guarantee you to be happy until the rest of your life? His question is this way. Do you have a problem in life? If the answer is no, so the conclusion is, why worry? You have nothing to worry. Right? If the answer is no, why worry? If the answer is yes, let's say the answer is yes. The next question, can you do anything about it? Can you fix the problem? If the answer is no, then why worry? If the answer is yes, again, then why worry? You hear that? You have a problem, a person lost all his money. Can you do anything about it? If the answer is yes, go and do it. Go and fix it. If the answer is no, so you cannot do nothing. In both cases, why you worry? Worry doesn't help. Not to this case and not to the other case. You hear that? מה יועיל בדאגה? What exactly the worry will help you? A person all day long, we have white hair, the face will become old. Why? Because all day long we worry. Thinking all day long, wow, my money, I'm going to lose it, I'm not going to lose it, I'm going to buy the house, I'm not going to buy the house. All day long, our mind is working. Tell me, is it going to help you? Did you ever ask yourself if you become happy more when you have worry? Da'aga is the only word in the alphabet, David, that have the letter bet is missing. In alphabet, how does it start? Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, right? Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey. How do you write the word Da'aga in Hebrew? Da'aga in Hebrew. Da'aga have 4 letters, right? Dalet, Aleph, Gimel, Hey. Did you realize that we're missing one letter? Which letter we're missing? Bet. Bet, right? Da'aga, Dalet, we have Dalet. Aleph, we have Aleph. Gimel, we have Gimel. We have Hey. According to the Aleph Bet, which letter we're missing? Bet. You know what's Bet? Bitachon. If you have trust and faith in the Almighty God, you will never be worried. You know why you worry? Because you have no bitachon. If you have bitachon, if you have faith in the Almighty God, why do you worry? Gentlemen, ladies, this is maybe the most important class. Class that speak about how exactly we can handle not to worry for anything that happened in our life. To become bulletproof for the obstacle that will come. In each person in life, pass difficult times in his life. Each person in his life have suffering and obstacle. Can be the greatest righteous or to the worst sinner. Everybody in life have obstacle. So the best cue that we can give is not to worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Don't worry, be happy. What exactly we have to do? Rabotai. The Gemara said, it was once, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai sent his own son to get a blessing from 2 rabbis. You know who's Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai? Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is one of the greatest rabbis in the world history. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai was Kodesh Kodashim, Tzaddik HaSodom, the founder of the Zohar HaKadosh, the greatest student of Rabbi Akiva. He sent his son to get a blessing from 2 rabbis. Just imagine yourself what kind of rabbi. The name of the rabbi is Rabbi Yonatan ben Amsai Rabbi Yehuda ben Gerim. 2 rabbis. And Rabbi Elazar, his son, went to get a blessing. And listen to the blessing. What a strange blessing. The blessing, יהי רצון שיזרע ולא יקצור. We're blessing you that you're going to plant and you're not going to kotzer. You know, when you put the seed and the seed grow, how do you call it, harvest? Harvest. Yes, that you're going to plant and you will never harvest. That you're going to be machnis, that you're going to take things in and you will never take it out. That you're going to take things out and you will never take it in. And may your house will be destroyed. Why? The guy came into his father and said, Abba, I don't know who is this rabbi. I don't know if they bless me. I believe that they curse me right and left. And the father said, what exactly they told you? So he told them that I'm going to be planted and I will never be harvest. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai said, you know what's the blessing? The blessing is that you're going to have children and they will never die in your life. Wow, what a blessing. He said that you're going to machnis v'lo motzi. Meaning that your children will get married and they will never come back with home. Meaning that they will never be divorced. Huh? May your house will be destroyed. Meaning that you're going to have so many grandchildren that it's always going to be a wild house because they're going to make balagan. The son said, wow, what a beracha. So the question that the Maharal Miprague's brother is asking, why they didn't come to him and told them clearly the beracha? Why did they have to go in a crooked way to give him such a beautiful beracha? Why they didn't go straight to tell him what's the beracha? Ladies and gentlemen, you know why? His explanation is this way. They had the tension, and the tension is that even if you're going to hear a tough word, blessing that sounds like the worst cursing, nothing will affect you. You're still going to remain strong with faith. Avraham Avinu considered to be Ish Eitan. You know what I mean Eitan? Nothing influenced Avraham Avinu. The good and the bad, it was always stand still. They want to teach the son of Rabbi Shimon, even if we're giving you a course, let's forget about the explanation. We course you, nothing will affect you. Nothing will affect you. Because we need to prepare you for the real life. In the real life, everybody have worries. Everybody have obstacles. Do you know who is the best person to teach us what is real life? And what's the mean not to be worried? Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan was a very unique person. Rabbi Yochanan came to the world when his mother was pregnant, his father died. When he came to the world, his mother died. He lost all his money because he went in to pay the tuition. In order to pay the tuition, they sold the house of his father in order to pay the tuition for him to the yeshiva. So nothing remained. Nothing remained. And you know what Rabbi Yochanan famous statement is? One of the most famous statements that Rabbi Yochanan said, Tov malbin shenayim lechavero yoter mimashkeu chalav. You know what's better from giving a person to eat a fancy drink, milk or anything? You know what's more important from giving a person charity or anything else? Smiling. Malbin shenayim, you know, when you're coming into a person and you smile, you know, you uplift his moment, you uplift his life. He said the most important things in life is to smile when you see a person. How can you smile? When the guy lost his father, lost his mother, he never met his father and mother. He never met his father and mother. He was poor all his life. And I will add, this is not the end of the suffering. The end of the suffering is, he had 10 children in his life, and all of them died in his life. Listen to this. Did you read it? Wow, what a life, huh? What a life. And this rabbi was always smiling. How can you smile when you have such a suffering? We lost $100,000, that's it, for the next 2 years. We're not going to smile. Rabbi, I need to jump. I'm debating Brooklyn Bridge or Manhattan Bridge. I'm not sure, but I have to jump. $100,000. The guy is going with sour face, Tisha B'Av all his life. And now we have stories for 20 years. You know, I used to be rich. I lost money. Look, people is waiting then. 100,000. This guy, Cohen, he never saw his mother, never saw his father. Lo alenu v'lo alechem. Lo alenu v'lo alechem. He lost 10 of his children. All of them died. He was poor all his life. And what is his statements? It's so beautiful to smile. Smiling is the greatest. Meaning, he smile a lot. This is what he teaches students. He was smiling. How can you smile? Don't worry. Be happy. You know why? Because be focused in the future. Don't be focused in the past. The past is past. That's it. It's very difficult, but the past is past. You have to remind yourself, in order to have, if you have emunah and bitachon and Hashem Yitbarach, anything that happened for good, and whatever past is past. So what's the benefits you have to worry? What is the benefit for you to worry? What's the benefit? You know, in life, we are reasonable people. We are reasonable people. Is any benefit to worry? Can worry bring anything? David, worry can change things. Can bring us a person from being deaf to be alive. Nothing. So why worry? What worry will help you? Except making you danger of having a heart attack. Except having white hair and an old face. What exactly worry bring? Except not sleeping at night? I don't know if once I share with you the story. It was this guy that he took a loan from his friend, $100,000 for 3 months. Okay, and now there used to be a neighbor, next door neighbor, was one shitak different. And the day that, one night before he was supposed to pay the money, he had no money. Where exactly is going to get 100,000? 1 o'clock in the morning, this guy is knocking the walls. Moshe came. Yes, Shimon, what do you want? He said, tomorrow I'm supposed to pay you $100,000. He said, yes. I'm not planning to pay you. So this Moshe said, okay, Shimon, but why you wake me up at 1 o'clock? He said, because until now I didn't sleep. From now you're not going to sleep. Why I need to worry? I have money or not. Now you're not going to sleep. That's very simple. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, just to understand the logic. And the logic is, you have nothing to worry. Be'emet, the past, anything that happened in your life, or in the future, why worry? Worry will not help you, just the opposite. Will make you nervous. You might going to fight with your wife and husband. You might going to make the whole feeling at home horrible. And not only that, you're taking the blessing away. The blessing that you're supposed to get. So why worry? Do you have a problem in life? Can you fix it? Why worry? You cannot fix it? Why worry? Very simple. Why worry? רבי ישראל מסלן said, כל הדאגות אסורות חוץ מהדאגה על הדאגות. All worry, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to worry. Except worry for the fact that you worry. That one you're allowed. Because that one is mistakes. To worry, Rabbi Yochanan, that lost so much, he said, they are past. My children, they are past. My parents, they are past. As much that is difficult, but they are past. My life is ahead. Where do we see it? Avraham Avinu. When Avraham Avinu buried Sarah, the pasuk Lefkota, small chaf. He didn't cry so much. So it was a rabbi explain, why did Avraham Avinu didn't cry so much? Why didn't Sarah, Imenu, righteous lady, his wife, for 127 years, why you don't cry? You're supposed to sit down for the next year. And Avraham Avinu had no time to cry. He said, life have to continue. I'm crying, but life have to continue. And how exactly continue? I have to get my son married. I have to rebuild the whole world. I have to bring as many people back into Teshuvah. What tears will help me? What tears will help me? It's no time to worry. I don't have time. I'm doing it, whatever I can do to respect Sarah. He loves Sarah dearly, nobody disrespect. But I have no time to worry. Rabotai.
But sometimes a person is worried not just because he wants, because the thought is just coming to him.
Meaning?
Meaning you don't want to worry about it. But this comes, the thought comes to your mind.
Bonus.
So, and then another thing is, sometimes a person doesn't want to worry, he wants to find a solution, and the fact that he's unable to come up with a solution to his problem, he's worried because he's not finding the right solution in his mind. So he's in the process, so he's experiencing this stress in his mind that, he wants a solution, he wants to do it the right way, he wants to do it with Hashem. It's bothering him that he's not able to come with it.
You know when worry become difficult? When you let it sink to you. Meaning, when you sit down and you get it in, and you sink, and you start to think about it more and more. When you have a daga, in that moment you have to take it away. The only question that you have to have in mind, that I have a benefit from it or not. If I don't find a solution, then why did I have to think about it? If I find a solution, let's act with solution. The Lubavitcher Rebbe one time said, listen to what, the Lubavitcher Rebbe said, when Binyamin and Yosef met each other, after 22 years, right? 21 years that they didn't see each other. Sophia, Binyamin and Yosef, two of the brothers, two of the children of Rachel Imenu, meet each other and they love each other so much. And the Pasuk said that each one of them cry over the shoulder of his brother. And Rashi writes in the name of the Gemara, Binyamin was crying for the future destruction of Bet HaMikdash and the size of Yosef. You know, it was a Mishkan in the land of Yosef. It was a Mishkan in the land of Yosef. So Binyamin was crying on the destruction that happened in Yosef's side. And Yosef was crying for the two Bet Mikdash that happened in Binyamin land. So the Lubavitcher Rebbe asked, why you cry over the destruction of your brother? Cry for your own destruction. Why Binyamin didn't cry for his own destruction? Why Yosef didn't cry for his own destruction? Listen to the profound answer that the Lubavitcher Rebbe gave. For your own destruction, you're not supposed to cry. You're supposed to stand up and fix it. For somebody else's destruction, you can cry. But your own destruction, you stand up and you fix it. You don't let it happen. You hear that? Your own destruction, as long as it didn't happen, you can change it. You can fix it. For that is not, tears is not good because they have no benefits. Except the nature, except the body benefits. But it's no literally benefits. Except the da'aga belevish yasichena that is going away. But it's no really benefits. You can fix it, you fix it. Happened to be this year. And באמת, after the duty of the heart, the shiurim on emunah v'bitachon, this is where emunah is coming in. Emunah is something that kills the worry on the spot. Because you don't let it sink. The problem starts with the sink. Worry is nature. To think about something, when the rabbi lost all his money, it was nature of that for a few minutes, it will affect him. It's nature. When you lose somebody that is close to you, it's nature that you're going to be a shock, and you're going to cry, and you're going to be worried, and it's nature. But don't let it sink. When it sinks, it kills you. Then you fall down to depression. Then you start to take pills. Then you go into psychology. Then you start to have low self-esteem. Then you ruin your life. Why you always worry? Why you let it? In that moment that you enter in, the only question is, can I do anything about it? If the answer is yes, let's do it. If the answer is no, so why worry? Let it go. You went to look for a house, to buy a house. You went to look for a house. And I don't want to share it personal, and the house was yours already, yours. And you lost it in the last minute. The last minute somebody else took. Now it was yours, and in your mind, the house is yours. And you lost it, somebody else took it. Is any point to worry? If you have emunah and bitachon, if you have a faith and trust that the house was never yours, because God decides which house is yours, which business is yours, which wife is yours, so why you worry? You're going out on a date, and you believe that this is the Khatan, that's it. In your eyes is a perfect fit. He fell down, broke down, for some reason. 2 weeks before the wedding. I know people that came to me, being a rabbi, that the wedding was cancelled 10 days before. It cost them maybe $15,000 to $20,000 lost to cancel the wedding. And even that, why? Most of the family paid money to come to the weddings. Most of the family. And not only that, they pay for the food, so the deposit that they put for the food, for the flowers, for the wedding hall, they will never get. 10 days before, that's it. You will never get anything. And above all, the guy just lost his wife. The one that he literally believed. Now, he can sit down for the next 6 months and be depressed and don't leave the house. And he have excuses. Khatan, Rabbi, why bad things happen to good people? Why me? Maybe I did something, maybe here, maybe. Or you can stand up and say, you know what? 5 minutes. It's difficult. It's horrible. Let's move forward. Let's move forward. It's a gift of God. To have the ability to move forward is a gift of God. Happened to me once, when I had a very, very difficult incident, very difficult. But thank God, Hashem bless us with the gift. And the gift is, every morning when we wake up, it's like only for, and by the way, this gift is not mine. It's each one of us have this gift. Some of us doesn't use it. The gift, you know why God made us sleep? I don't like to sleep. I don't like the concept of sleeping. I think that sleeping is a waste of time. I'm sleeping because usually I'm collapsing. I'm not sleeping because I love it, I enjoy it. Chaval on the time. Every moment you can use it. What you can do that sometimes to sleep is such enjoyment, especially when you're exhausted. Yes, it's amazing. But why God made the world sleeping? Rachel, why God made the world sleeping? It was not better that we're going to work 24/7? Or we're going to study 24/7? Now that you're in school, imagine yourself at night that you don't need to sleep. And you're the only one. You're not going to be the best student in the school? You know what I mean? A student that never sleep. You're going to be the best student in Yale, Princeton, Harvard, and Columbia, and Stanford, all together. A person that does, you're going to become the richest person alive. You never sleep with your mind, the Jewish mind, all day long, making money. Imagine if you had the ability. So why we need to sleep? What's that? You're beautiful. Koach achidush, meaning, if a person made mistakes yesterday, if you lost a business yesterday, God forbid happened something horrible yesterday, the fact that you sleep and you wake up, it's like, do you realize that you feel like a whole new day, whole new, neshama shenatata bi teorai, ata barata. It's like, God took your soul and made it in laundry and came out clean. The past is past. We're starting a new days. The ability to rejuvenate. The ability to move forward is only through sleeping. If a person didn't sleep, if he made one mistake, it will affect him for decades, for years after, because all of it is one day. But now that you have breaks and you're going to sleep, you wake up, that's it, it's a new day. Each one of us have this gift. We just have to use it. We just have to use it. Why worry? Rabbi Yochanan that lost his father, his mother, lost 10 children. He was poor all his life. And what is the message in his life? You have to smile. מה יועיל לו לאדם לדאוג? Depending on your child, what is the benefit for you to worry in life? What's the benefit? There's no benefits. What's the benefits to worry for something that already happened? It already happened. The only benefit is to move forward. That's it. Yes. And this is what they said. And this is, by the way, the secret of Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva's secret is very simple. You see, Rabbi Akiva, in his life also, he lost 3 wives. He was married with 3 wives, 3 different wives. He was poor until the age of 64. What poor? The poorest person alive. The poorest person. He used to sleep in a barn where the horses sleep. He used to sleep in a barn. He lost after 24 years. 24,000 students, all of them die in a period of 33 days, 5 weeks. He lost in 5 weeks 24,000 students and never fell down to depression. And you know why? Because he had no time to fall down to depression. He cried, he felt the pain, he stood up after and he opened a new yeshiva with 5 students, and all the Torah that we have is because of these 5 students. You hear that? No, we have to study from this giant how not to give the worries, the da'agot, to sink in our mind, to sink in our heart. Heart that can work so perfect, 7,500 tons of the body is running in. A little worry can break it down. So what's the point to be worried? What's the point? It's no time. We have to move. But you're going to tell me, Rabbi, it's difficult. It's difficult. I lost so much. So today I'm going to give you the next tips. One time we spoke about it, today I'm going to open it a little more. It was this person, in a few days from now, we will celebrate the Hilulah of the Tzaddik, the Lubavitcher Rebbe. Gimel Tammuz, this coming Shabbat, Ezrat Hashem, is one of the most holy days. The day that Yeshua ben Nun stopped the sun. Gimel Tammuz. And that day, the Lubavitcher Rebbe, memories days. And we're going to walk all the way from here in Shabbat to the grave. Be'ezrat Hashem. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to that. It was a guy that sent a letter to the Lubavitcher Rebbe, and he told the Rebbe, my life is miserable. Yes, I have a wife and I have children, but I have no money to pay, and I want to extend my house to buy a bigger house, and I have no money. And my parnasa is shaky in my business. My own business, the parnasa is shaky. I don't know what to do. So the Lubavitcher Rebbe sent them back a letter. Listen to the letter of the Rebbe. From your letter, I understand that you have a wife. Baruch Hashem. You know how many people don't have a wife and look into to get married? From your letter, I understand that you have children. Baruch Hashem. You know how many people have no children? From your letter, I understand that you have a house. You own a house. Maybe not big, but you own a house. Baruch Hashem. 90% of America live in rent house. So, you own. From your letter, I understand that you own a business. Yes, the business is difficult, but you have your own business. 90% of the people in America is working for someone. So the Rebbe said, so where is the complaint? You hear that? Instead of being focusing for what you don't have, be focusing on what you have. Because it always can be worse. When you're complaining for no reason, God can give you reason to complain for. And that one is danger. That one is danger. When you complain for no reason, God, I have only 3 bedrooms, house. I need 5 bedrooms. No, I always said, when a person this Shabbat came to me, and he came to the Tehillim program, and he said, Rabbi, I came too late. I said, this all depends. He came at 8 o'clock. I said, 8 o'clock is late for the one that came at 7. We start the program at 7, the Tehillim program. But it's very early for the one that came at 9. This one to Tefillah start. So it all depends what you put. Is very nice. If I'm going to put my house, I live in a attached house. It's not my house, I'm paying rent. But if I'm going to put my house next to a tent, you know Arabic tent? You know the, how do you call it, the Bedouin? The one that live in the desert? If I'm going to put my house next to a tent, I'm considered to be what, rich or poor? Very rich, right? If I will put my house next to mansions, I consider to be what? So it all depends. Compared to what? Maybe I'm rich compared to something. You hear that? Compared to certain people, I can be a very rich man. 90% of China, 90% of the Chinese people, and the Indians and the Odim from India will die to live in my life. So why are you complaining over? Half of the world doesn't live in your level. You complain over what? You complain over what? We have to remember what you have. David HaMelech said, Mizmor Shir Chanukat Habayit LeDavid. You know what David HaMelech said? If you want to sing, if you want to bless Hashem, you have to remember that He always can be worse. You always can have enemies, you always can be sick, you always can be in the jail, you always can die. The fact that you're not dying, you're not in the hospital, and you have no enemies, and thank God you have food to put on the table, you are a lucky man. Start to sing. You don't have to be rich. It all depends. Depends where you put it. חז"ל אומרים, ביום טובה אהיה בטוב, וביום רעה ראה. Rabbeinu Chai right. In the time that you have good in your life, you always have to remind yourself that it can be worse. This way you're going to be happy in what you have. A person that have $100 always want 200. A person that have 1 million always want 2 million. Maybe the opposite. Maybe if you have 1 million, you're going to say, thank God, have 1 million and not half a million. You see? בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ. Remember in the morning today, Nadir. בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת. Instead of being busy in what you don't have, be busy in what you have. Thank God I have 1 million. You know how many people don't have even half? And I have 1 million. Baruch Hashem. Thank God I have a house. You know how many people don't have a house? And I have a place to put me and my children and my wife under a roof. and have the ability to pay the rent. Instead of crying for owning a house, my money is going to the drain, all this logic that are all right, by the way, they're all right. But it's going to lead you to somewhere? What's going to lead you? To worry for no reason. You have a place to sleep. You have a food to eat. Why you worry? Why you worry? And this is what? Rabbi Yochanan, you remember the story with Rabbi Yochanan? Rabbi Yochanan, when his child number 10 died, he took a small part of his body, a small part, this was not going to be tameh. He took it and he made a necklace. And he put it in the necklace. And every time he heard someone, that he had someone die in the family, Rabbi Yochanan used to go to visit him. He used to come to give a speech. And in between the speech, he used to tell the guy, you see, this is the skin of my son number 10. I had 10 children that died. Wow. My situation is not so bad. Baruch Hashem, thank God, you know. Yes, my father, Ahmad Kulam, passed away. My father passed away. It's the most horrible, in that moment, it's the most horrible incident. But when you hear other incidents, wow, my situation is actually pretty good. Baruch Hashem, my father, Ahmad Kulam, went into heaven to Gan Eden, and he's only a father. This rabbi lost 10 children. You know, when you see the Sasson family, you remember the Sasson family. What's the name? Ralph Sasson? No, not Ralph. Ralph, I believe Ralph Sasson. The father, when he lost 6 or 7 of his children burning on fire. And he's still today, he's going out and giving lectures and giving Shiurei Torah. Where exactly you have the power? Where exactly you have the power? If you know the secret, well, you're always going to be happy. You're always going to be happy. Where exactly they have the power to continue in life? We're playing with games. We lost a little money. We had broken heart. Rabbi, my heart is broken. All this nonsense that we're talking. This guy lost 7 of his daughters, burning alive in Shabbat. And not only that, he didn't fall down to depression. He continued and is giving lectures in Chizuk and uplifting people around them. Where exactly you have the power? A, is no point to be worried. He's already passed. And B, he always can be worse. It always can be worse. Rabbi Yochanan lost not 7, 10 children, and his father, and his mother that he never met, and being poor all his life, and still Rabbi Yochanan, not only that he was not worried. You know how do you know that Rabbi Yochanan was never worried? You know? Rabbi Yochanan had a long life, and his beauty, he was a beautiful person, The Gemara said he was one of the most beautiful people in the world history, you know? His beauty never left him. Usually when a person worries, you know what's happened? You have wrinkles here, he become older much faster, white hair, white beard, and young age, worries. Rabbi Yochanan had not blonde, black hair, not nice, rabbi blonde. He had a black hair until a very late age. He had a beautiful face, like a baby face, because he never had a worry. Wow. Because it always can become worse. Always can become. You know, when the Jews had no water, the Jews complained, they had no water for 3 days, they had nothing to drink. So they complained to God, and what God gave them? A well of water, right? Well of water, and the well was very bitter. Bitter water. You cannot, you drink it and you feel salty, whatever. You feel that it's bitter. So they complain again. What? You know what Moshe Rabbeinu did? He took a stick, and he put the stick on the water, and then the Jews drink the water. He had to put the sticks, and from the sticks, you know what these sticks, our sage said, this etz called araduf. You know what araduf? Is the most bitter stick. Is the most bitter tree that exists. Who put bitter to make something sweet? Imagine if I tell you the tea is very bitter. What do? You take salt and you put salt in it. Rabbi, now it's sweet? Definitely very sweet. Why do you put in salt? I told you that the tea is bitter. Put sugar, right? Put honey. Moshe Rabbeinu is putting stick. Which stick? From a tree. Which tree? The most bitter tree in the world history. Why did he put the tree over there? And after that, the Jews was drinking. You know why? Nadir, listen to this. Listen. You know why he put it? Because he told the Jews, it always can be something even better from the water. You know what's even more bitter from this water? That stick. When the Jews drink, they say, wow, compared to that, it's not so bitter. Compared to these trees, the water is okay. When you come in to complain, you remember, it always can be better. It can always be worse. Compared to them, you're doing amazing. Compared to some, you hear that? It's not, and one explanation is that it's not that the water becomes sweet. Compared to the bitterness, the water becomes sweet. You hear what a message? Remember in life that it always can be. So, you know what? You want to be happy? Remember, it always can be worse. So know how to appreciate what you have. I will tell you this way. Rabbi Akiva, when he got married with Rachel. Rachel was the daughter of the richest man in that time, Kal Vasavua. And Rabbi Akiva got married with Rachel, and he had no money. And you know where they used to sleep? They used to sleep next to the horses. I told you that, next to the horses. Now she had the ability to complain. And one time she complained. She came to Rabbi Akiva. You know who came? Eliyahu Hanavi came. Eliyahu Hanavi came and he dressed like a simple man. And he came and he knocked the door. And Rabbi Akiva opened the door and said, yes. He said, do you have a little cash? Cash is? Straw? I have no straw to sleep. And Rabbi Akiva told his wife, you see? At least we have straw. You hear that? You know what Eliyahu Hanavi did? He teach them. If I'm going to give you money, it will never be enough. Eliyahu Hanavi had the ability to change the matzah. But you know what? When you start to complain, it's never ends. So how do you fix it? When you teach the human being, it always can be worse. He came into Rabbi Akiva and said, listen, I have no straw to sleep. And Rabbi Akiva told his wife, you see, at least we have straw. So we're not in such a bad shape. Cohen, you hear that? לקש של הסוסים. Hay, yes. In order to sleep, they need the hay. The hay, what the horses eat, yes. At least we have hay. What a message. You know, it was with that I'm going to conclude. Listen to this one. מטבע הדברים, כאשר מעמיד אדם את צרותיו בהשוואה לצרות גדולות מהם, הרי שהן נוטות להתגמד, וההתמודדות עמהן קלה לאין ארוך. When you compare your suffering to somebody else suffering, that his suffering is much worse, then your suffering becomes much more easy to handle. Because then it's not the crisis of the world. You hear that? Then your suffering becomes, this is what they said. Rabbi Shneur Kotler, you know Rabbi Shneur Kotler? The head of Yeshivat Lakewood. Admor Mibobov came to visit him. Admor Mibobov came to visit him, and he lost, Rabbi Shneur Kotler lost his own son. And he was sitting down in Shiv'ah, a young child that he was a father of children. That child was a father, a fresh father. So, you know, many yatumim, many children that had no father, orphan children. It was a horrible moment. And he's the chief rabbi of Lakewood. He's the one that opened the yeshiva. Maybe the brother of the one. Rabbi Aaron Kotler is the one. Rabbi Shneur is the brother. So, he's one of the founders of this yeshiva. And the rabbi came to him and said, I'm envy from you. I'm jealous from you. So the rabbi said, how can you jealous from me? I just lost my son. How can you be jealous for me? He said, Rabbi, I am a survivor from the Holocaust. And you lost a son, but you still have grandchildren. I lost my daughter and my children, and all my grandchildren in the Holocaust. You have a grave that you can go. I have no graves. I'm jealous from you. A few weeks later, Rabbi Shneur Kotler called the Rebbe, said, Rebbe, thank you very much for coming. You are the only one that saved me. I was under such a depression. But when I heard you, I realized that my situation is not so bad. You hear that? Worry not. And you know why worry not? A, because, these are the two messages. A, because worry doesn't help. The past is already past. Why worry? And B, because God forbid, it always can become worse. So compared to others, your situation is amazing. If a person have a faith and trust in the Almighty God, you're going to realize that anything that God is doing for good. And you're going to bless Hashem for every steps in your life. Because we have so much to bless God. For the fact that we're walking, speaking, seeing, dancing, having the ability to come to Shiur Torah, for the fact that we're smiling, from the fact that we have business, we have a house, we have food, we have so much to thank God for. Instead of being complaining and having worries and putting our life in jeopardy, putting our heart in jeopardy, putting our family in jeopardy, don't worry. Jeopardy. Don't worry. Be happy. This is the message. Don't worry. Be happy. Rabbi Yochanan said, you know what's the greatest thing that you can do to the world? Smile. And the world will smile with you. Thank you very much.